Okie dokie. Let's see here. See if we can get some City of Heroes going here.
All of a sudden, feel.
Alright, let's see if we can get this stream up and running, boys. Alright. Let's try that. Let's go for Dominator Mirage Monarch. We have Mirage Monarch and we have Fallout Queen, so we're getting closer. Let's see here. Let's see. Let's see what we can do here. How are y'all doing tonight? We'll see if we can get some Mirage Monarch going here in a minute. As soon as the background noise cuts down a bit. There we go. Salutations, my name is Phil, aka JCServant. Welcome to another exciting City of Heroes stream with Mirage Monarch, which doesn't get a lot of views on YouTube, but we're plugging through anyways. It is actually pretty much on the low side, but what are you going to do? Guess people don't want to see you play through with Mirage Monarch. Okay, so Mirage Monarch has done just almost all of these low level ones except for these two here. So let's do Price of Friendship next. 2108 Price of Friendship. We'll do that one next. Alright, let's do Price of Friendship. Alright. Let me just write this down. Okay, let me write this down so I don't forget. Alright. Price of Friendship, Part 1, Cutting Off Service. The first thing you need to know about Lungbow is that they're desperate out here. Darwin is their main base of operations. Anything else outside of it is weak at best. I try to tell them that, but of course they're all simply left in my proposals. Well, we'll see who is laughing now, won't we? I know exactly where their weak points are, and if they won't fix them, then we'll exploit them. The first strike will be against the communications team they've sent out. This is going to limit us to 7. Oof. So here we go. It was going to be set up satellite. It was going to be to set up satellite devices throughout the area to monitor Darwin's landing in Mercy City. There should be 3 key devices on communications experts. If you can stop them, it'll leave Longbow blind to our next movements. Alright, so we are heading over there, being exemplared all the way down to level 7. At least we don't have to go too far. That's funny. I said teleport to the contact. Where? Oh, there he is. Just wondering where he was hiding at around here. Oh, probably have to beat the cruddy-duddy out of these guys here. You're feeling a little confused. It looks like Team Rocket's blasting off again. Hey, Drone, how are you doing today? Hopefully you're doing better than these longbow dudes. One more device to find. One more device to find. Let's see if we can blast him off again. There we go. That never gets old, right? Just knock him away like that. Well, that was easy. Now we just have to get back over to the contact. Do. Alright, excellent. Longbow will not know it's coming now until it's too late. You heard a call from Lieutenant Page? Her false sense of caring is obvious. She's just doing that to save face to the higher-ups, to say she tried to look for me. Unfortunately for her, I'm putting much more effort towards my own efforts in showing her and Longbow just what I'm capable of. I'm putting much more effort towards my own efforts? This is stellar writing right here. Price of Friendship, Part 2, The Winding Road. There's a lot of ground to cover between here and Fort Darwin, Mirage Monarch. From what I understand, Longbow has dropped supplies for their soldiers in Darwin's Landing. That would be the first target you should hit. Down the road, they set up a temporary rendezvous point at Mercy Clock Tower. Taking down Longbow there will cut them off from the remaining air of Darwin's Landing. They've also employed these foolish magicians in the Legacy Chain to place down protective runes. I don't believe in that magic, but you may wish to destroy them to be on the safe side. That, Mirage Monarch, is what you'll be encountering. Although I have to ask, though, what did Page do to cause you to go through all of this? She rejected me, Mirage Monarch. Now, hear me out. I confessed to her that I had certain feelings towards her. She not only rejected me, but that she treated me as if I was an idiot and lower than her. What's worse is that all of the soldiers stationed in Fort Darwin began to do the same. I saw it in their eyes, the way they looked at me. I was no longer a brave soldier. I was a fool. I couldn't take it anymore, Mirage Monarch. If Paige thinks she can poison my reputation, then she has to be shown what I can really accomplish. That, Mirage Monarch, is why I'm doing all of this, and why I will not stop until I see them all crushed. Steal 3 longbow supplies. And just like a lot of these newer missions on the villain side, there's a lot of outdoor deals here going on, like outdoor quest. And you saw this a lot in Neutropolis as well. Enjoying a nice quiet day off of work, that's always good. Playing something fun and exciting, Jerome? Let me guess, the minute I touch that, these guys are going to attack. I really like he's just going to sit there and beat other people up. It's fine. Really, I don't need to fight them if I just confuse them in pairs. Yeah. Oh, I do hear another glowy someone. Oh, he shot his friend dead. That's most unfortunate. Oh, here we go. I'm just going to do that to you. I'm going to do that to you. And then I'm going to open up this box. Just we're going to get character to 49 tonight. Well, there you go. Oh, now I need to defeat 15 longbows out here. Does this longbow, did that longbow not count that I just killed there? I think I have to go over to the ones at the rendezvous point. To our secret rendezvous. Yeah, that's me, Jerome. Just kind of working through here. We're just killing off a bunch of longbow and doing the thing, you know, doing the thing. Thought about doing another game tonight, but I was like, if I do another game, maybe people won't want to watch that. So there's only 2 people who showed up for the stream I was doing of variety games the other day. Whoa! Oh, these guys just pop right back up. Look at that. Go ahead, and this little guy just kind of wandered in while I was taking care of a different longbow, so... Dominier's not exactly the fastest killer in the world, so this is going to take a hot minute. Let's go and grab some recharge back. Oh, there's a whole group of the guys over here. But at this low level, I don't really have any good AoEs to mow them down any faster, so I'm going to stick with smaller groups for now. Man, these guys really respawn quick, though. Oh, I could summon an imp. I forgot. I got a couple of summon stuff here. Yeah, if I just hang around here and just bounce between these two, they'll just kind of keep summoning over each other. Or keep respawning. Yeah. It goes flying off. You must attack your friend for me. I do think, I don't know, I think maybe 15 might be excessive for a target at this low level, but in terms of like how many enemies you should have to kill to clear a quest, but here we are. Oh, did you just almost knock him over the wall? I feel like that should be an achievement. You telekinetic somebody over a wall. Just 2 more longbows left. I hope everyone's having a good evening tonight. Feel free to say hi in the chat. Let me know if you have any questions. For those of you watching on YouTube on demand, I stream a lot of these when I'm recording them, so that's why you hear me talking to people in the background there in the chat. And we're doing our Mirage Monarchy. Oh, and now destroy 5 Legacy Chain Runes. And is that an outdoor activity as well, it looks like? Maybe. It might be. So let's see here. So we got these runes supposedly. Oh, we got a rune right here. And if I destroy this, I'm bound to pull some aggro, but we'll see. Alright, no aggro there. Maybe if I just stay here for a minute, they'll just respawn. Oh, now here's one over here. Now, certainly this will pull these guys. Oh, wow. These guys are not worried about their little runes being destroyed. And look, that one respawned. And it counted. Oh, and here's this one respawning. I did have someone ask the other day if I might do World of Warcraft on a stream. If there's a demand for that, I could definitely look into doing that, guy. Boy, invisibility is just kind of paying off here for villainess. She's a villainess. Just doing some heavy lifting here. If I could possibly get over this fence here, that would be nice. Okay. 0 out of 3 groups of prisoners released. So just beating up more groups of these guys, it looks like. They were definitely focused on trying to get people outdoors a little bit more at some of these. Let me just finish you off while I'm thinking about it. Alright. So you need the pairs that are holding up a prisoner. It's basically what this boils down to. See, the power of the Dominator is the power to not be touched if you're very, very careful. I'm not sure I've even taken any hits on this whole storyline so far. Oh, now I did get shot there. I took a little bit of damage there. That's what I get for humbragging. That'll teach me to humbrag. Alright, let's go ahead and do this one next. How's my endurance doing? Pretty good. And away you go. Alright, now those are all done. Let's contact Harris. I can hear the chaos over the longbow communicator, Mirage Monarch. They're all speaking of your name in fear. Even the transmissions I'm getting are getting weaker. We have them on the roast, Mirage Monarch. Now it's time to go in for the kill. And I will be there to see the look on Paige's face when she realizes just how wrong she was to cross me. Price of Friendship finale, what I wanted. The last thing we have to deal with is the sudden reinforcements from the legacy chain. Longbow believes they can help turn the tide, but they cannot. Afterwards, you can get into Fort Darwin from an entrance on the beach. The main target is the metaporter system that they have set up. Once that's destroyed, we can ensure that any longbow we deal with will not be returning. And Lieutenant Paige? You and I will deal with her ourselves once the metaporter system is down. Once you're in, I will stage my return. In the chaos of your attack, I will make my own move to disable more of their defenses. You and I will then meet up at some point to finish off whatever remains of the Longbow's troops in Darwin. This is it, Mirage Monarch. You will get your freedom from Longbow, and I will get my vengeance against those who have wronged me. And again, we're doing an outdoor mission to defeat 10 legacy doodads. Haven't logged into WoW in 15 years. Yeah, they've done a lot to make modern WoW a lot more soloable, and as you know, I mostly focus on solo content. My most watched videos tend to be, well, let me rephrase. Let me start over again. My most watched videos tend to be the top 10 videos I do, like the top 10 reasons to play City of Heroes, right? But right behind second place, actually it's a distant second place, are the whatchamacallit, the How to Solo series. People like knowing how to solo, in these MMOs. And World of Warcraft has become a lot more solo friendly. Oh my gosh, so solo friendly. There's a lot there to discover and do. With that being said, I mean, I personally prefer the combat here. I prefer the graphics in World of Warcraft. I think I slightly prefer the story there, even though I don't think the story is anything to write home about. And wow, did I just miss on both of those? Make sure I'm holding this guy here. There he goes. But yeah, it's got its pluses and minuses, but they are really making inroads and things that you can do alone. Part of me was saying play a survival game. Survival games can do pretty good, and soloing survival games like Power World or Enshrouded and Ark Survival Evolved. There's a number of games that are pretty soloable. Now another one's Monster Hunter. I love playing Monster Hunter. I solo Monster Hunter, which is really funny because if you know me, I'm not a Dark Souls player. I hate Dark Souls. I suck at Dark Souls. I bite donkey balls. So the question is, how do I solo Monster Hunter so well? And when I say so well, I mean I get by, but I get through G rank. I got through Master rank, whatever it's called. In Monster Hunter World, Monster Hunter Rise, I beat the games, I beat the expansions. How did I do it? It's basically because I out RPG'd it. Just like I do with City of Heroes. Yeah, it's got that cartoony style. Some people like it, some people hate it. And they have upgraded the graphics. They did a major graphic overhaul about 5 years ago or so. I mean, I personally, there's very few art styles that I don't like. I'm not a big fan of, what is it, One Piece Pirate Warrior, or One Piece Pirates, and that one ninja guy with wears their orange jumpsuit all the time. Let me check. Naruto. I don't like the art styles in One Piece Pirates and Naruto. They have those, some of the characters have these round eyes that are exactly round like this. That I'm not a big fan of. I didn't like those super abstract style like Ren and Stimpy. Not a fan of that. But if it's general anime, comic book, realistic, I guess what one little turnoff for me, it's a little turnoff, not a huge turnoff, is if it's apocalyptic. I think that's been overdone, like the Fallout look. If I'm playing Fallout, that's fine. But the dystopian look is, I like bright and colorful. Monster Hunter is bright and colorful, for example, most of the time, except for Monster Hunter Wild's got kind of cray-cray with that. So yeah, I mean, we each got our thing, but I like a lot of art styles. I watched K-pop Demon Hunter this week, and I felt like that the animation style, or whatever you want to call it, in there was fair enough. Wasn't my favorite thing in the world. I think their limbs and stuff, like, I'm not the big fan of the super tall look. As one thing I don't like about the City of Heroes characters is they make their limbs super stretched out. The legs in particular look like woo. Even on the shortest slider setting, in City of Heroes, I have to like just look the other way because the legs are just so long. Yay, Magnus, how are you doing this evening? But yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of One Piece pirate artwork. The stories were okay. I kind of like them for what they were. As they're going to different islands, they're finding different adventures. It's kind of corny, kind of anime-y. I didn't have a problem with the story. Some of them were actually a little tear-jerking or whatever, emotional jerking. I like some of the adventures, so that's why I know about it and why I used it as an example. I just was never turned on by the art style. Oh, well, this is lovely. There's just people here. NPC dialogue here. Weber sends directs to aid the one called Mirage Monarch. I've not forgotten what you've done, that you saved me back in that lab. The skulls are here to help you take down the longbow. I am here to repay your favor. Consider us even after this is finished. So if my memory was good, I'm sure these are people we've worked with in the past and I've forgotten about them. But I hope they can follow me while I'm invisible, because I wasn't planning on walking around all visible and stuff. This whole place is all super foggy. Like, this is like PlayStation 2 early generation levels of fogginess. So... well, that guy's got radiation eye beams. That's pretty funny. Huh? Oh. I'm looking on the map for like a little elevator marker and there isn't one. Yeah. You know, but I had a friend, I don't know if y'all have ever looked at Final Fantasy 14. What do you think of those, the art style in that one, guys? Final Fantasy 14 Online. Well, as long as you guys are taking care of the mobs. If you're invisible, doesn't mean you are being honest by being totally transparent. I might be. How are you doing, Futuranic? How are you doing today? I might be. Let's take a look here. Yeah, things have been really quiet lately on the server and stuff. Oh, I'll talk about that in a minute. Let me get rid of these guys. It's gotten a little crowded in here. Rendezvous with Lieutenant Harris. So I had a friend who absolutely wouldn't play Final Fantasy 14 because he felt like the graphics were too anime, and he really doesn't like that anime look. I feel like Final Fantasy 14 was one of the lighter in terms of anime influence, but to each, I can each their own. Miss Transparent, maybe not, maybe not. No, this is Mirage Monarch, but sure, she could get a name change. It's not too late, Harris. We can help you. There's something horribly wrong with you. Help me? I don't need your help, Mariska. I don't need you. It's time for you to face the consequences of your actions. Then you leave me no choice, Harris. I try to reason with you. Soon, you too will face the consequences of your own actions. This ends today, Paige. You're not well, Harris. I don't want to do this. It is done. She's gone. No metaporta, no rescue. What? What have I done? What have we done, Mirage Monarch? I wanted vengeance. I wanted them to pay. I wanted justice for the wrong that I felt. But seeing her dead like that, it doesn't give me anything. Was I right in all this? Was I truly right in trying to stop them? Maybe there really is something wrong with me. You're right. You had to do all this. But it doesn't feel right. What am I supposed to do now? All I thought about was getting back at them. I cared about her so much, and then that feeling, it turned so quickly to hatred. Blind hatred, Mirage Monarch. Are you having thoughts about... Get yourself together! I can't! This is all wrong! Working with the Ragnos, betraying everyone I know, all over what I thought. What are you trying to say? I don't know. I don't have anything left now. My career in Longbow's gone. They've no doubt sent word about my actions. I can never return to America, to my family, to my friends. The only person I have left now is you. Ironically, Mirage Monarch. Though now, I don't have anything left to offer you. One day you'll have something to offer me, Harris. I'll spare you. He remains silent, staring at the floor. It's clear that he won't be of any more use in the remaining assault on Darren. Now we've got 3 groups to wipe out topside, which implies I should go back. Go back to where I came. Of course, it could mean outdoors, for all I know. Topside is, it could mean a couple of things. They should be really clear. Does that mean go outside? No one knows. Nope, it's inside. So topside means going further down. I want you guys to tell that to a sailor at some point. Hey, I want you to go topside. When they start, going up. No, just go to the lower decks. Go down. And see how well they respond to that. So yeah, the server has been really, really quiet lately, and I kind of figured things would eventually peter out a bit. But I guess it's a little faster than I expected. I might at some point just delete the server. I'm not a big fan of keeping things around that aren't really serving a purpose. Oh, topside means through this extra hole in the back. And it brings you up here. Ew. Don't y'all just stand around there. Get to killing stuff. Really need to try not to fall down into the pits. It has been a bit quiet, boys and girls. But we do have like fresh people responding to my videos on a daily basis. So I think we're like losing some people, we're getting some people. Go ahead and take out these guys. What about that last longbow group? Mission complete. The one mission that's indoors here. Return to Mercy City and board the Arachnos flyer. Oh, now it is way up there, and I'm way down here, and I don't have my flight powers because they exemplared me all the way down to 7. So we're going to have to see about getting over there. Excuse me, coming through. Don't mind me. Ooh. Oh, okay. So used to flying. I didn't realize you could run up there. I did find, let's see here. I did find that playing a defender can be very exciting in missions that have elite bosses or heroes that you have to fight. Exciting is definitely one word for it. Definitely, definitely. I wonder if I had to take that flyer, if I could just ran over here. Mirage Monarch. Good of you to make it back. Your name is becoming well known around here in Mercy. Of course, not in the most pleasant way. Many people seem to be counting on Longbow to free them from the deeds of people such as yourself. They even believed there was no way Longbow would be defeated. It was all quite laughable. It is. Did you want to congratulate me or... Somewhat, I've been ordered to give you this letter from Kalinda and to inform you that you've made a lasting impression on the organization of Arachnos. To be honest, you made many in the group look like fools. They've said it was impossible to kick Longbow out, and yet you've made it happen without much effort. Some are not happy about that, not at all. Well, I'm honored that Arachnos has recognized me. As you should be. Arachnos is a powerful organization, one that can change your life, for better or worse. Should you wish to seek more power, find the fairy and get to yourself to Port Oaks, etc. The story's kind of over, so this is just kind of leading on to the next thing. Got a whopping 3, count them, 3 reward merits for that. Woohoo! Yeah, not, it's kind of an interesting storyline. I mean, it's as well written as any other storyline here on Villain Island. Which is to say, I find them a little bit more engaging than a lot of the hero storylines, but this is one of the this feels like your typical hero mission where it's very long in the tooth. There's a lot of story, and there's not a lot of merits at the end of it. Like seriously, that took me 30 plus minutes. I only got 3 reward merits, and a lot of outdoor. Like they don't give you any credit for all the outdoor fighting you had to do. So something you kind of do once to knock it off the list, I suppose. And then call it a day. Now, one of the other interesting things before I head back here, I'll point out that, basically this was a nice storyline to basically kick Longbow off of Mercy Island. If you're playing like World of Warcraft, there are missions like this, and in those missions where you are like taking over a town or kicking somebody out, whatever, it will then show them actually kicked out. See, if I run around right now, there'll still be Longbow all over the place, right? Because it's an MO, and you can't get rid of all of the Longbow, really. But in World of Warcraft, there's a lot of phased area, and in those phased areas, when you get rid of something or you change something or whatever have you, see there's a whole bunch of Longbow over here, you would literally kick them all out for good, and it would make changes to the world from your perspective, from your character's perspective, and I think that's a really cool storytelling technique. So. But anywho, that was a cute enough story for what it was. So that is it. We're still at level 22 of the Mirage Monarch here. That was not worth a lot of XP. That was not worth a lot of merits. But we got the job done, and that will be it for her for now. And we'll continue to knock out. We got one more low level quest there on Mirage Monarch here, and that is the 1 through 9. We just have the Rogues contest, which I've been putting this off for last, and you're going to see why when we do it next time. I really, really don't want to do this, but I'll go ahead and do it for completion's sake. But thank you guys. For those of you who are watching the YouTube video on demand, thank you guys so much for watching. Until next time, may God bless you. Okay, that recording is stopped. Loved your PSA video. That was the kind of merit. That was a lot of merits, and for my favorite story, Hollow's Frostfire. Yeah, that it is kind of interesting about the accolades and how those work, and they can get you some bonus merits. I think that's nice. Like I've said it before, I don't really care for badges, because all badges are is just like, hey, I've got 82 badges. You only have 40, so I have less life than you do. Like real life. I just don't like badges. But if you give me incentive, if you say, hey, if you collect 20 badges, you get a new outfit, or you get bonuses, or you get reward merits, that's cool. And in this particular case, if you collect those story badges of those sets, you get extra reward merits, which I think that's nice. That's fine. That's fine. Yeah, I like that one. Never even heard of those story arc accolades until the video. Yeah, I hadn't heard of them either. It was just a question. I told the story of that video of like how I noticed when I was going through the stories, I got these extra merits. I'm like, what's that from? And I started putting the puzzle pieces together, and that gave me enough information to Google it up on the internet. Yeah. I liked how in the game Horizons, at one point, new ancestries were unlocked on a per server basis. Yeah, I like unlockables. I like things to work towards. Here's one of the things that's honestly, guys, I'll be honest. It's been well. Let me write this down first, and then I'm gonna show you something that's kind of been depressing to me, and I'll be honest with you guys. Between us 11 people watching on the internet here. But first, let me just write down the name of this. This was Price of Friendship. Let me just write this down, the recording name, so I don't forget here. So I don't write this down right away. I forget real quick. Price of Friendship. Mirage Monarch. And she is level 22. So we're still like level 22 with Mirage Monarch there. Okay. So let me show you guys a little something here. That's kind of made me a little sad. And it's kind of taken some of the wind out of my sails for wanting to do some of the things I was planning on doing in City of Heroes. I did not mean to log completely out. I need a level 50 villain. Okay. All right. So the whole point, I'll preface this by saying that the point of like badge and achievement systems, right, are for people who are really, really doing really well with the game and they want, they just want to find different ways to be challenged in the game and then get a little checkbox for it when they do it, right? And for the most part, I really don't engage with that with most games because while I do enjoy most of the games I play, I don't like them enough to want to play them over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. And things like that. But there has been a couple of games in the many, many years I played games where I cared about that sort of thing. And City of Heroes would certainly qualify as one of those where I might be interested in badges, you would think, just because it might get me to play the game a different way or whatever have you. I look through badges for the most part. No, it doesn't. But here's the funny thing. Oh, you got to be kidding. I'm in the middle of a story arc with this character. Save Cray Lab, defeat hero. Oh, right. It's actually this character that I found the problem. Okay, so this story arc that I'm in, I'm going to go ahead and quit it. This is where I discovered a problem. Okay, so when you go to level 50, there is... Well, there's certain missions. All right, let me start over again. So I preface this with talking about achievements and things like that. In my head, even though it probably just gives a few badges or whatever have you, I don't care about the badge, but I was thinking, wouldn't it be cool if I just cleared off all of the missions in Ouroboros with a character or two, right? Just to be able to show you guys on YouTube, look at this, I got them all cleared, this can all be soloed. Wouldn't that be cool? Wouldn't that be awesome? Unfortunately, what they have done, and I forget which mission it is now off the top of my head, but if there's one, there could be others. But I found a mission that is it's basically one of the task forces that they retired and replaced it with like a new task force. And in this task force, you got to fight not one, not two, but like 7 or 8 heroes at the same time. Not elite bosses, heroes. And even my best character can't do that, right? On a good day. I'm sure there's some secret build somewhere that could do it. But that would be tough enough to pull off on a group, much less with a... So that means I can't clear all the missions, right? And if you tell me, here's a list of fun things to do, but you can't do them all because unless you're playing in a group, then I can't get 100% on it. And I can't complete it. And that makes me sad. That makes me very sad. So now I'm kind of demotivated, I will say. I've been feeling kind of bummed about City of Heroes lately. When I ran into that, that was one of the things that took some wind out of my sails. There's been a few things that took some wind out of my sails, but that was one of them. So, super sad. I forget which one it is, though. To be fair, I don't think it's a lot of missions because I just ran into it for the first time. I've been playing this game for hundreds of hours. So, I don't think you're going to run into that issue very often. It might only be at the level 50 range. But you've been warned. And to be fair, I think it does warn you. For the life of me, I can't remember what the name of it was. The one that I ran into. Video games, clinking the armor. Operation Destiny files in capital letters. Yeah, by regrouping such missions by their own separate category. Yeah, and again, I don't think it is it this one. Welcome to the Vanguard. No, that's for Ricky Warzone. Ouroboros Initiation Trading Places Midnight Hand. Is it Power Overwhelming? No, I don't think it was that one. Yes, it's the Posse original task force, and the flashback is in here, Jerome, but that one doesn't have 8 heroes trying to kill me at once, and I was able to do that one no problem. It takes a while. I've done it on several characters, though. And what they did is they I think they de-leveled the bosses to elite bosses, right? The heroes or villains to elite bosses, which is quite manageable. But for whatever reason, and if I can find it, maybe it's just a glitch that they need to, or something that they need to address. But it even says it in here, wherever it's at. It even makes it pretty clear that that you can't, that you're going to have a problem doing it alone. Let me look at my other level 50 villain and see if it's over on that villain, because I don't see it here. Yeah, Posy. I can do Posy tonight if you want, but it'll take us a while to get through. I don't remember if I did a video on it or not. The Assault Vindicators Base Nerva Archipelago. Yeah, this is it, because my mastermind was sent to the hospital. And you know my mastermind never goes to the hospital, right? Masterminds are practically playing the game on easy mode. And it's this mission right here to assault the Vindicators Base. Lord Recluse here. He's like, go and do this stuff. Yeah. Yeah, it's the old Lord Recluse Strike Force, Skarn. How are you doing today? Yeah, it's this one right here, and there might be one or two on the hero side. For all I know, there's more of these, and I just haven't found them yet. But this one right here kind of makes me super sad because I'm never going to be able to finish this solo. I got this, and you can see here I got set to -1. I got set to easy. It didn't matter because when you got 8 heroes beating up you and your robots, it don't matter. I could take on 1 hero by myself. It would, tough. 2 might be possible if I blow some inspirations or whatever have you. Maybe 3 if I can cheese it or kite it or use the right doodad items. Like from the smart vendor. But 8? Are they insane? Are they smoking the peace pipe? 8? Yeah. I wish I could see the name of this strike force from here. I think it's just called Lord Recluse Strike Force. And it took me a while to get here, by the way. It was not easy to get here because you do have to fight some elite, I think it was heroes, but at least elite bosses. You had other missions you had to do first. They were in big open maps. They were really kind of cool. It was different. It was interesting. But then I hit the brick wall of like 8 super doodads at the same time. I mean, I could fly over and run into them again just for fun and kicks and giggles, and we can all witness this together. It's super fun to watch me die. They sent me back, as they say in those lit RPG books, they sent me back to respawn so fast. Yeah, it wasn't easy. Right, yeah. Right. Yeah, there might be more. Absolutely. Where they, and it said on the wiki that in this mission, you cannot, will not, whatever, they will not be downgraded to elite bosses. Because normally when you're playing solo, they would downgrade things to elite bosses if there was a hero in it. Now, this doesn't work for regular task forces, right? So if I go out into the field and I start a task force with like, Penelope and whatever, then those will always be heroes or villains. Yeah. So if you want to solo those for a challenge, you can. You absolutely can. Oh, let's see here. I'm trying to remember all the toggles I have to have on this character. Got a few toggles here. I think I'll just stealth past these guys and Hopefully the robots don't give my position away. Alright, see, here's the speech. The speech of death. Yeah, see, she looks all innocent and sweet, but she and her little friends are going to kick your ass. Yeah, I'm not normally a defeatist, but... Oh, you robots. Did I tell you guys to get all... Ah, whatever. Alright. Can we, like, keep it on defensive mode now, guys? Can we try not to get me killed? Right, Master Finn. You're absolutely right. Hey, Tammy, how are you doing? Alright, here they are, guys. Look at this. Hero, 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 hero. Right? Like, and there's just a minion in the middle, just for good measure. Just in case. Just in case you haven't had enough, you know, yeah. Yeah, so there's no way. There's just no way. I don't care how you slice it and dice it. There's just... Now, there's like a specific strategy on the internet about pulling Minx here and somehow getting Minx away from the group and trying to take them one at a time. But I have not had any luck doing that. I did not get that to work. Yeah. Yeah. This is what we call not okay. Now, my mastermind hardly ever gets defeated, but we're going to get defeated here. We're going to do it in style. We're going to give the old college try, but we're even going to pull out the power drone. This is how you know how we're serious here. We're going to pull out the power drone. Yeah, we're going to pull out some extra inspirations. If I do defensive mode, then any damage I take will get split. So I will try to get their attention first. Let me turn off. Well, I have to keep stealth on. I'll try to get the aggro here for once and see how well this works out. Whoa, we just pulled Minx. What the hell? Oh no, here they come, here they come. I knew it was too good to be true. I was like, holy cow, this might work. This might actually work. Yeah, no. We were smoking the peace pipe. 2 robots are down. Oh, and Luminary's got my number now. Oh, it's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt so much. Quick, call out more robots. If we call out more robots, it'll be okay. Oh man, you can't replace the bots fast enough. Give me more bots. Get out the maintenance drone. Get them all out. Am I even making a dent in their hit points? No, I'm not. But they're making a dent in mine. No. Yeah, no. It's over, boys. It's over. Yeah. So this has got me really, really depressed, guys. This really took a lot of wind out of my sails because it's like, okay, I can't clear every mission off of the Ouroboros list. Why in the beep did they have a couple of, or at least one, if not more, Ouroboros missions that are clearly supposed to be done as part of a large group when everything else can be soloed in there? It's just incongruent. Yeah, thank you very much, Master. I appreciate that. And you're right, heroes have huge regen. The nice thing about Dark, this is a Dark bot build, is that, of course, they would have negative regen through Shadowfall. No, not Shadowfall. Darkest Night, is it? No. I know it's one of these. Here we go. Howling Twilight. Negative regen and recharge. So I do have some if it was just 1 or 2 heroes, I could do it. I could definitely do it. I could debuff them enough to survive the onslaught. But yeah, we got this set to -1, Tammy. This is set to -1 on a mastermind. Never thought you'd hear me say that, right? -1 on a mastermind. It is a little rough. I'm a little sad. I will. Oh, and here's my Danzig artwork, right? I love Danzig. She's awesome. She's awesome. Can solo just about anything in the game, no problem, except for, task forces where you're supposed to be fighting 8 bosses at once. Yeah, let's look up the mission name, because you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to post on the forums about how this should have an option to just have elite bosses. If those were all elite bosses, that would still be brutally hard, because you're talking like 6 elite bosses at once. But I'd have a fighting chance. At -1, I'd have a fighting chance. The other thing is that their level is kind of superset. So, yeah, they're higher up too in higher levels. They're like set to level 54, whereas -1 should put them at level 49. Yeah, you're right. Bots, traps could do it, Richard. Absolutely. I love bots, traps. That's what I played in the original villains, was bots, traps. Danzig was bots, traps in the original game. She ended up being bots dark in this game. There's a story reason for that, but suffice to say, they're both great. Okay, so I'm going to quit this task force. I'm going to pack up my bags. I'm going to go with my tail between the legs back to Ouroboros. Yeah, Master Finn. It definitely has you scratching your head. So, when we come out, well, I think we would need a whole team, but it's kind of sad that, it kind of frustrates me, and it's kind of sad that should even be a necessary thing. Let me see what it was here. I will find it. Wasn't power. No, it wasn't power. It's the one with Lord Recluse. The End of a Yin. I like the name of that one. The End of a Yin. That's pretty cool. All right, I will find it, and I will tell you, because I want to post. I want to post it. I do. All right, let me look it up on the internet real quick. What's this called? Lord Recluse Task Force Ouroboros. Oh gosh, there is so much strategies you have to do just with a full group, because it's so hard. Just incredible. You'll definitely need to use inspirations. Yeah, you think? Do. What's the name of it? What's the name? You can't tell me the name of this ruler. Introduced by... It's called Lord Recluse Strike Force. Yeah, but it's called something in Ouroboros, and it's not Lord Recluse Strike Force. Right. Well, it's giving you a challenge there, Master Finn. Yeah, you could definitely give it a shot. Oh, you know what it is? It's Lord Recluse Homecoming. That's where I found it, I think. Oh, one essence of incarnate. Not sure if it's possible heroes have such a high regen with 8 of them. Rough stuff. Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. And it's not just that they have regen; they have synergy between each other. They buff the heck out of each other. Yeah, no, it's not nice. It's not good. Well, let's see here. It can't be video games made me do it. Black Scorpion, Captain Mako, Ghost Widow, Sirocco, The Future Freedom. Here it is. Right. It's The Future of Freedom. I'm pretty darn sure it's The Future of Freedom. Gonna verify. Yeah. The original... So this was added in issue 27, guys. Issue 27 called Second Chances. And let's see here. The original version of Lord Recluse's Future of Freedom Strike Force can now be found in Ouroboros. It's located under the level 50 category 7.54. The version is true to the original release with none of the nerfs that the content received later. So Mission 4's Vindicator's fight has all 5 heroes return to their original level of 54. Mission 5's Freedom Phalanx fight has all 8 heroes return to their original level of 54. Shares reward cooldowns with the currently existing version of the content. The Ouroboros version rewards all the same defeat badges you would normally get. The content can be run for the Master of Recluse Strike Force badge, though it is obviously more difficult to do so. Completion of the Ouroboros version of the Strike Force with the Old School Challenge selected, which means you have no incarnate powers or set bonuses, rewards the new Worthy Opponent badge. Yeah. Yeah, this is brutal. You guys are absolutely right. Like, if it was one hero, maybe 2, you could work it out. You could figure out. You could do something. But when it's like this, it's like, oh, come on, guys, you're killing me here. You're killing me. And it makes me sad because now I can't get 100% Ouroboros on solo. So, what are you going to do? Now, I think when it comes to... Let me see here. When it comes to some... At least the other one that I did, the old... what are we talking? Dr. Positron Task Force, the lower level one. Those ones I got through without much issue. I'm pretty sure. Because they don't have this whole thing where they force it to be the hero versions of them. And they force them to be 4 levels above you. By the way, one of the things that makes those so hard is they're not just heroes. They're level 54. You're level 50. Just in case there isn't enough, like, yeah. I don't know. It's depressing. I don't know why they felt the need to throw that in there. So you can get through all of these storylines. So this is, I mean, you look at this as a villain player, and you're like, oh, cool, we got Black Scorpion, chapter 1 through 4. So there's probably some cool storyline here with Black Scorpion. Then you got Captain Mako, you got the Ghost Widow, and you got Sirocco. And it's like, oh, these are all they're all the lieutenants of Lord Recluse. And now you're finally, and then you're going to finish it off by doing the Lord Recluse, thing here. And this should all feed together. This would be a cool set of videos for me to make. But then you hit this brick wall of like, yeah, here's a whole bunch of, yeah. And dude, this stuff is so hard, Master, that they have big strategy pages on how to face it even with a group, because these guys are so hard that even with a group, you're gonna be struggling, because they're 4 levels above the party and they buff each other, right? They're like it's like a full enemy party that's just like the hero party, but with 4 levels higher. So I guess they don't have set bonuses, but maybe they don't need them when they're 4 levels higher than you and getting all the bonuses that come with being 4 levels higher. Now, when you go into this one here, you will see some special options here that you can pick that you don't get to pick on a lot of tasks or a lot of Ouroboros stuff. Old School Challenge. When you click on that, this option allows you to face the original version of Lord Recluse's strike force at a power level similar to how it was back in the day. Incarnate powers, enhancements, set bonuses, and super inspirations will be disabled for the duration of this challenge. In other words, boys and girls, just in case this isn't hard enough for your friends, this makes it even harder. Right? And then Master Attempt. This option allows you to demonstrate your mastery of the Strike Force. To succeed in this challenge and obtain the badge, the Strike Force must be completed without anybody in the party being defeated. Incarnate and temporary powers will be disabled for the duration of this challenge. So these are badge options, right? This is essentially a full-blown task force that, for whatever reason, is put into Ouroboros rather than left outside like the regular task forces are done through other contacts throughout the world. And it keeps you from having a nice, clear 100% Ouroboros, clear on your screen if you're going for 100% Ouroboros. You're not going to be able to do it. Because this little plague in my life will always be there taunting me, saying, you never beat the future freedom. Yeah, can you even teleport a hero? That's the $1 million question. Can you even teleport a hero? I earned the Never Learns badge. I'm afraid to ask what that one is. Surely at some point you'll wake up and think, perhaps today I will stop courting certain doom, but obviously not today. Badges are so stupid. Afraid to ask how you get that one. Probably for running into the buzzsaw that is the Phalanx group. What are you going to do, guys? What are you going to do? I know what I'm going to do, guys. I'm going to show you my new Aftershock artwork. Yeah, Aftershock. Woo! Isn't that cool artwork? Yeah. New upgraded Aftershock artwork. Let me load up Aftershock. She brings me joy in a world that's all depressing because I can't finish my Ouroboros missions. Oh, made her too big and I can't resize her. There we go. Back down with you. Yeah, you saw the new Mirage Monarch, right? For those of you with sharp eyes, there's a new Mirage Monarch artwork that I was using on that video. Oh, yeah. I did a few new ones. I did. Oh, dude, she could level up. Here's Valkyrie, who just kicked my villain's butt over there. I mean, you know, being level 54 and with a whole bunch of friends to help her. Yeah. Alright, so salt crystals puts people to sleep, but it's a deep sleep. It's a deep sleep. 45-second recharge time. Not exactly the longest lasting sleep ever. Defense and debuff, magnitude stun. 1 minute and 30 seconds. I like how this one has a 70-foot range. Oh, this is AoE around yourself. You put them to sleep around yourself. I always wish I could land on top of vehicles, right? Right around the city, yeah. Oh, Master Finn has challenged me to do salt crystals. Here we go. Alright. You convinced me, bud. Salt crystals it is. We're going to make it work for you. You know why we're going to be able to make this work? Let's see if anybody can guess why I'm so confident we can make this work. Well, I have a lot of holding powers now. I do need to buy a reduction doohickey, but these guys don't have one here. Alright, you know how I'm going to make this work, right, Master Finn? See this whole group of guys over here? Right? Let me just... What's this? Wait, is this PBAOE? So I have to be up close for this. Alright, so let's first, let's do this. Let's do stone cages first. And then we're going to quicksand them. And then we're going to do this. We're going to try not to die in the alpha strike here. And then we're going to put them all to sleep. Okay? And you see how that works? Now I can just pick them off one at a time while they're sleeping. Well, it just doesn't last that long is the thing. I need to put some enhancements in it to make it last longer. Also, it would help if I turned off my travel powers, you know. Alright. There we go. Just took out 8 dudes. Now, they were like a level lower. But that was 8 dudes all at once. And I almost got killed because apparently this guy is not done with me yet. Oh, come on. Seriously? Die. Freaking guy almost sent me to the hospital. Yeah, so they added... There's 2 things that make this work better now. But they added deep sleep effects. So when Dominators and Controllers use sleep, a lot of their sleep powers instead inflict deep sleep, which holds better and breaks less often. So that helps. There was the second thing. I forget what it was. Oh, but the second thing is, generally speaking, you just want to be very strategic with sleep, period. Whether it's deep sleep or regular sleep. Generally speaking, my use of sleep in the past has always been my get out of jail free card. And this is why I set it to the side over here. On my powers. These are my normal powers. I use normal rotations. But this one's kind of my oh fuck spell. Okay? Because you got a group that come from behind you weren't expecting, put them all to sleep. And with deep sleep, now there's a little bit of extra insurance that if I do fire off an AoE and I catch a couple of them in it, I won't wake them up right away. Yeah. Yeah, this is one of my Dominators. Hey, P-Burn, how are you doing today? This is one of my Dominators. It's true. This is Aftershock. And I don't know if I would say this is my favorite Dominator, but she does have the best artwork. So, yeah. So we were kind of like admiring the blown up version of this earlier. Like, oh, that's pretty action-packed. That's pretty badass. And he even put a little yellow streak in her hair for good measure. So, yeah. Anywho, let's see here. We got to rescue a Midnighter. What am I doing here? I am looking for a Midnighter. I am wandering through the hallways. This character has no stealth. So we will have to fight everybody. Oh, he's just level 12. Well, this is even easier than I was hoping. Wait for it. Clunk. It never gets old. Hold on. That also never gets old. I will say, what Earth, what is this? Earth? What Earth lacks in finesse and effectiveness, it makes up for in really awesome animations. What do we call this? Telekinesis? Now, I want you guys to stay right there and let me hit you with a big hammer. Because the nice thing is, when you guys are immobilized, your defense is lowered, so it's really hard to miss you. She walks up and hits him with a big hammer, or chucks a big rock at him, right? I mean, that's just too much fun. But yeah, we can put these guys to sleep right here. Let's put these guys to sleep. Let's play with sleep for a little bit, okay? So these guys should be asleep. Now, there's an AoE right there. It woke him up, but not the... I'm not sure if he even hit the guy behind him, to be fair. Yeah, they don't stay asleep very long. Like I said, I need to put some enhancements in that. Usually most holding powers and stuff have a long enough duration that I don't feel the need to put in enhancements for duration. But in this case, we probably will for sleep. When I put things to sleep, I want them to stay asleep for as long as possible, usually. That'd be animations? Yes. You're right, Master Fan. I wish the Illusion and Psychic had... Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So we're going to go ahead and put these guys to sleep. And we'll go ahead and bonk this one up the head if we can. Yeah, I mean, to be fair... let's see. Tremor's on a 15-second cooldown. So I think the power play move here would be to Tremor first, then put them to sleep. And then take them out one at a time while Tremor's on cooldown. By the time Tremor comes off a cooldown, they'll be broken out to sleep anyway. So it lowers their DPS by taking them out of the equation, in between everything. Though I still would probably start with an Immobilize. I forget how long Immobilize lasts. Stone Cages Immobilize last for 16 seconds. Okay, maybe not as long as I hoped. Unless I've got enhancements in that too. Ooh, I need to get enhancements. Ugh, all those empty slots are triggering me. Oh, this is one of those evil portals. Oh, shiz. We found one of the evil portals, guys. So we'll go ahead and do what I just said, which is go ahead and put them to sleep. And I think it missed one, so that doesn't help me very much. Let me immobilize your friend back there. Hold on. I got a piece of rock for you, buddy. Boom. You know, it's just so funny because she looks like this little, thin, skinny young lady. And then she just picks up a big old chunk of rock. It just makes it all look so convincing. What do I have to do to hit him with the thing? Alright, we'll do it that way. Alright. Does sleep work on objects like teleporter? I have no idea. You like want to put him to sleep, put the teleporter to sleep? Is that a thing? Oh gosh, they keep bringing in more of these guys. Oh. So I put him to sleep real quick. Yeah, definitely going to have to work on sleep's effectiveness there. That would be kind of funny if I could put the portal to sleep. I'm looking for Percy, and I don't know if Percy's going to be in this room full of pyramids. Yeah, that's a good question. I'll have to give it a shot next time. Because it probably, you would think, like, it kind of works like a person. It's just sitting there doing its summoning thing, teleportating, whatever. Conk. He's enjoying life elevated there. Oh yeah, yeah, I'm with you, Master Finn. Let's see here. Why don't I have a reveal pulled up on this character? Oh, look at these guys here. All waiting to be put to sleep. Now, if I do an earthquake around both of them, let's see what happens. It hit that one, but it didn't break them free. You see there? So it didn't break them free. So it's kind of hit or miss. It's not guaranteed, but basically with deep sleep, there's a chance that you can still do that big AoE afterwards, and they won't immediately wake up. Though I do think you should probably just do the AoE first, the AoE damage thing first, and then, you know, put them to sleep afterwards is probably the best bet. So go ahead and do this trimmer thing first. Yeah, I have to say, this is pretty fun. I mean, she's just slamming through them here. Great, Percy's probably up here on a ledge or something stupid. Percy, where are you? I hate caves. This is why we can't have nice things. This is why we don't have enough players. Nobody wants to go through these caves. That's the power choice. Yeah, it depends on what you're looking for. I mean, you know, to be fair, like, you know, I've always been kind of a sleepologist. I've always felt like even with the old sleep, it had a place. It was just, I always considered it my get out of jail free card for, you know, when groups come up behind you. Because it was, you know, it would hit more times than it would miss. And it could just, you know, take an enemy group. I just made sure I didn't hit them with AoEs afterwards because I was focusing on another group in front of me. It was just basically a way to cull the numbers out. But, it would, yeah, I would only use it for emergencies. It was kind of emergency use power. I would not use it as a normal rotation type of thing. Now, where do we reckon Percy is at? I have no clue where they would put Percy on this map. Yeah, it gives me like a little seasick flying around here too. I've been having some dizzy spells lately, so these do not help. When you're like zipping around, looking around, you don't know where you're going, you don't know what to do. This is honestly one of the roughest parts of the game. Let's see. Where are you at, Percy? Whoa, where did I end up at? Yeah, I don't see a Percy. I don't know. I don't see a Percy in here. Yeah, they never quite learned that no one likes the Where's Waldo quest. Yeah, I'm not a fan of this map. You know, I have played this game for hundreds of hours. The only reason I know my way around it. But the first time, oh my gosh, the first few times I played this map, and, you know, with those pyramids and stuff, oh my gosh, it's so disorienting and so bullshittery. And, oh yeah, not fun. Whoever came up with that just... Oh, there he is right there. There he is. Found him. Boom. It is Master Finn, right? It's like 3D version of Where's Waldo, and it gives me a headache and blah 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 blah. Blah. All right, am I supposed to be calling somebody? No, not you. Whose mission did I just do? Steel Cane, this guy. Returns this contact. Yeah, no, we couldn't hit that X button fast. That's exactly right. That button should have said GTFO, and I would have been slamming it just as fast, right? Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. Wait, do I not have a travel power on this character at level 14? Get out. Wait. Oh, I totally forgot to pick up a travel power. Oh, I gotta respec. Shit pickles. Dang nabbit. Gotta respec. We're gonna respec, right? Maybe I shouldn't respec in the middle of the road. I may not be able to pick up sleep because I need to have a travel power at level 14. Trimmer for moderate damage. Stone Cage is to hold them. Quick Slam to slow them. Oh, that's always a good tip, Miss Tammy. Or Mr. Tammy. Let's see. Hurl Boulder, very important. Respec level 13. Salt Crystal Stalagmites. No, we need a travel power. What travel power? She's an Earth-based terraformer, terrakinetic, whatever you want to call it. And we, like, honestly, it'd be moving through the earth. It'd be the coolest travel power of all. Just, you know, diving through the earth and getting place to place that way. But that's not on the menu. Yeah. But, let's see. Flight. Probably leaping. It's probably leaping. Yeah, stalagmites. Yeah, a lot of earth powers kind of require that you're on the ground. And I never go around flying in fights very often anyways. I won't say never. I guess I do it on my mastermind sometimes because I love flying up above my little soldiers when my soldiers go to work. But for most of my characters, when I'm fighting, I'm on the ground. It's always an experimentation. Speed of sound. Haven't done, oh, no wonder I haven't done that one. Yeah. Infiltration lets you move fast. Huh. No, I'll probably do leaping. Like, she's always on the ground. She's always pulled to the ground. She never gets away from the ground, but... Super jump's as good as any, I suppose. Alright. For our slots here. I probably don't have to worry about accuracy a whole lot because almost every holding power has defense debuff. Right, negative 15% defense debuff. Your chances of hitting an enemy at your level already are 75%. This gives you an extra, 15%. Quicksand's a freaking 25% bonus to hit, which means you're going from 75 to practically 100. Of course, the max is 95%. And, things from different powers stack. So accuracy is not as important because of these, deals here. There is not a lot. Quicksand is so good. I don't think it even needs enhancements on it. Recharge, you can use it more than once in a row, I suppose, in a fight. But no, I mean, it lasts for 45 seconds. Stone Cages is your AoE immobilize. Well, let's see here. Magnitude hold for 20 seconds with domination, 13 seconds normally. Let me see. 20 points of damage. Yeah, I would say 90%. I won't say 90, but at least 80. 80% of my characters have flight. I agree with you, Master Finn. Yeah. Yeah, I do put flight on a lot of characters. Only where it, totally doesn't make sense. I usually use something else, but if it can be finagled, I'm exactly right there with you, Master Finn. If it can be finagled in, it gets finagled in. Absolutely gets finagled. Oh, let's see. That's probably fine. You get powers, and you get powers, and I think I just want to put more damage on these guys here. Now you definitely want some accuracy on these guys because you don't want to miss with those. What is this, recharge? I guess you could put recharge on Quicksand. Probably put recharge on Trimmer, then you can Trimmer more often. Put damage on Stone Prison and Fossilize. They do pretty decent-ish damage. What is this? This is a hold duration deal. Okay, we'll put that there. Range, I don't need range. Yeah, it's probably good enough for now. I need some leaping. Oops, put these up in here so I can sell them. No flight sucks. Well, all of the characters that don't have flight still have to have a jetpack. So that's why you see this character has a jetpack, right? So yeah, you have to be able to fly once in a while because there's just certain maps where it's just like, good luck if you don't have it, right? Just let me know how that works out for you, but yeah. Oof. Still took 160 points of damage even with jump on there. We run over to turn this in here. Somebody left, oh, that's pretty cool. Don't want to read it, but it looks cool. Are we done? That was it? Whatever. I am going to teleport that Liz Park now. You should be immune to fall damage, right? Like, that just seemed kind of silly to me. Like, oh, 160 points of damage. I think you are more resistant to it, but you're not immune. That is not the person I want to talk to. I don't even know what I'll put on here. I need jumps. I need lots of jumps. The difference in jump speed is quite noticeable. And what else do I need? I need for stone cages. Stone cages, I think I'm going to put immobilization enhancement in that one. Let's see. Yeah, enhance immobilization so they get held longer. Stone prison, I'll put damage. Yeah, so notice how fast we jump now. Okay, whoa. Yeah. Definitely much better. Okay. Woo. I never saw the Hulk go out to even one of the big leaps. And the way I kind of like envision in her head, like she's you know, essentially a terramancer, terrakinetic. So the way I see it, she could just use the earth maybe to thrust her up into the air. And then as she lands back, it softens the earth, right? She makes the earth cushion her fall. So she really shouldn't take damage from falling. She's also got her enhancements, the leg and the arm enhancements that further enhance her powers. So looks like she should be able to land on those feet and not take a whole lot of damage. Freaking look like they belong on a Megazord. So there's that. All right. Should I do another hero now, or should I place? Let's see. I can do some. I was playing Monster Hunter Wilds earlier today. One thing I'll say, like I have a character that looks a little similar to this on Monster Hunter Wilds, but one of the cool things of Monster Hunter Wilds is that this technology here, but the hair all flows as you're jumping around. I love that. She has a lot of flowing cloth and hair off the character, which is really awesome. 3 sliding jump, is that a leveling up convention you respec out of when you hit your in-game build? No, you put... So, hey, and welcome to the channel, Nintova. The real power gamers that are out there, the true power players, understand the importance of getting fly or jump, usually fly, taken as quickly as possible and 3 slot as soon as possible, and you never change it afterwards. You lock that boy in. Because if you can get to your mission 3 seconds ahead of the other guy, that makes you 3 seconds better. Oh, yeah. All right, does anybody want to see a character in particular or a archetype or something? I got probably enough for one more round in me before I got to get headed to bed. Headed to bed. No one likes to go to bed, but we gotta do it anyways because we're adults and we have to sleep and we have to get up early in the morning. Yay! Stupid adulting. Let me see if I can find another. See if I can find another hero artwork that I did. We have the new picture of Chrono Crossfire here. There we go. There's the new picture of Chrono Crossfire. Now, she is probably the only superhero I have, or supervillain, or whatever, with super speed. And you see it in the picture here. Because she manipulates time. So it makes sense to me that she would run really fast by slowing down time around her, so it looks like she's running fast. Or maybe she really is. She's speeding up her own time. Who knows? But she uses time manipulation to run really fast. Yeah. And if you remember, like, this is the old picture. So let me show you the old picture. I did save it. So here's the old picture, which was fine. Nothing wrong with that picture, right? But the new one looks definitely more dynamic and shows off her super speed. Really kind of captures the speed essence of her a bit more. I know everyone likes Flicker Fuse. Flicker Fuse right here. And that's a controller, right? So let's pull up my controllers here. Flicker Fuse. So here's Flicker Fuse. And we decided to give little Flicker Fuse an upgrade too, right? So let me see if I can find you the Flicker Fuse upgrade. Well, there was the anime one we did. So let me show you the anime one first. So here's the anime one. So we did, I don't think it's that much different, but it's got a little bit of anime influence to the face, right? But then there's the brand new and improved Flicker Fuse. Well, this is like blue fire. It's like natural gas fire, right? So she's still fire. Where is Flicker Fuse new updated picture at? Here we go. Shabam. So that's the new and improved action-packed Flicker Fuse. With blue flames. So you like that one with the new action-packed blue flames? Yeah. So that one's that one came out really good. Yeah. Now that was y'all who said put her in blue, so I did. So now she's super blue fairy. The red outfit's still in her costume somewhere. Then there's my stalker. My main stalker, Katian, right? She's a psychic ninjutsu stalker. Here's the original picture, which has a lot of detail in it. Looks pretty good with a lot of detail. I'll fit it on the screen here. But has a lot of detail in it. But let's see the new improved action-packed one. Would help if I could spell her name properly. Shaboom. So that's our new dynamic picture of a stalker. That's our stalker. With her psychic dagger. Or knife. Or short sword. Or scimitar. Totally a scimitar. Let's see here. Do we have more pictures? Oh, well, of course, I'm sure you guys are familiar with Fallout Queen, right? Here's Fallout Queen's picture, the old one. And let's just jump to the new one. Now with more abdomen stabbing power. That's right, Lord Chaos knows all about the abdomen stabbing. Right. But let's show you Fallout Queen's updated picture. And it looks like this. Oh, and while you guys are looking at that, let me put her up on the screen. She looks a little bit more dynamic, huh? Yeah, those came out pretty good. Pretty good, pretty good. Oh, I do have another one. Okay, so we have Cinder Flare. Well, we all remember Cinder Flare, right? One of my favorite Dominators. We got the Pyrotechnic Dominator. And then we have the updated, super, and improved Cinder Flare. And you can tell me if the new picture looks better or not. Shabam. Now with hip twisting action. We have Donatella, Tanker. Oh yeah, you gotta have the flares and fireworks, absolutely. And then we have the new improved Donatella, which I did change her outfit's colors, so that will be reflected in the new picture properly. Guess I could put this over here so you can see it. Makes her a little bit better. And then, yeah, we were talking earlier about Mirage Monarch. So here's the original picture. Makes her look like a different build, right? And well, I wish I could take credit. It's AI generated, but slightly different prompts and stuff. I think I don't remember exactly how I did it. I think they've been upgrading the models. I'll be honest. Let's see. We were doing Mirage Monarch. So here's Mirage Monarch, and then here's the upgrade to Mirage Monarch right here. So you see that one got a nice little upgrade there. That one was really hard to make. I'll be honest. That one did take me some time to go back and forth with the AI to get that right, because it did not. It's really hard to make it understand. Like, I need images of her in the background because she makes illusions and stuff, and using illusion abilities. And it was a little touch and go there. It was a little touch and go. See, Master Finn noticed the new one. Yeah, who knows what her face is underneath the mask? No one knows. It's the mystery. Appropriate thing for a villain to do is to have a villain mask on, so you don't know who they are. Oh yeah, absolutely. Now we have my main brute, Sirocco. So let's pull up brutes. Oh, where I put my brutes at. There we go. Oh yeah. Now this is the original Sirocco picture that I did in the program, and then here is the updated Sirocco. Lord Chaos agrees. You can tell me if you like this one better. This one does show off her tail better, though I don't know if it isn't a little thicker than it's supposed to be, but no, it actually looks pretty thick in the game. Okay. Thick tail has been confirmed. This is our Savage Melee Fiery Aura Brute. And, oh boy, did it give her long hair. That hair might go down to her knees. Holy cow. I got inspired with that hair. I mean, it goes to her tail. It goes to her tail in the game. But I think this is after she grows it out. It's actually kind of appropriate because in my story, in the comic books that I wrote with Sirocco, she has a lot of animal genetics that have been forced on her, and as such, she has uncontrollable hair growth. She actually has a beard and everything. It's pretty disturbing. She's got body hair all over the place. Anyway, that is Sirocco. Let's see. I did have, I think, one or two more. Let me see here. We saw Aftershock already. We did that one. Iron Willow's doesn't look too much different. Here's Iron Willow, one of my favorite stalkers. I just love stalkers in this game, and I really love the way her artwork turned out because it reminds me of the DC character I based it off of. And then her new artwork didn't really look that much better, but here it is. Apparently it's higher resolution, takes more space. Looks a little more action-packed. Yeah, did the original artwork on Sirocco have claws? Yeah, it had claws. And in my comic book, she had claws. I made sure I specified the claws, I think, to the to the prompt, because yeah, she does have claws. That's her main form of offense, really, is the claws. Now, in City of Heroes, she also has fire. In my comic book, she never had fire. She was just a ball of basically, basically Saber-Tooth Tiger. I mean, Saber-Tooth from Wolverine, except a lot different backstory. But power-wise, she was similar to Saber-Tooth. Yeah. This one didn't do so great. Let's see what else we got here. There was one more somewhere. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, the stance is a little weird on that one. Oh, here we go. This one's definitely... oh, there's two more left. I think there's two more left. Oh, there's three more left. Okay. Let's see. Well, this one I think you guys have seen before, but this is Witchfire. Mastermind, right? Demon Mastermind. And... this lady right here. And then we have Witchfire. Shaboom. I will say AI really doesn't like whips. I can't tell you how many times I can't get her to do the whip exactly right. There's no need for her to hold the other end of the whip. But I suppose it's better than the other faux pas that I had where she was holding the whip entirely incorrectly or was at a weird angle or whatever. So... this is as good as we get on the whip. Then we have... then my very first main character in the game, both in live and in this game, was Wildlight, which is a sentinel in this game. And I wanted to get her away from the brick wall because that can be a little odd with some of the streams where I'm putting it on one side or whatever. So I definitely needed new artwork for that one. So I got this. Oh, should have got rid of the star on her foot. Oops. I like how it reflected the light in her hair and stuff. So that one came out pretty decently. And let me see here. And let's see here. Let's do... Oh, one more. Okay, so this one, almost as boring as Wild Lights. Another Sentinel, actually. Voltaic Veil, right? Did I ever do Firebug? But here's Voltaic Veil. Hot looking picture. You know, when you're, I guess you're just a woman wearing chrome or silver surfer spray paint, and you got 6-pack abs, it's gonna look really nice. But could we make it look better? Maybe we could. Shabam! You be the judge. All right, I think that's the last one. I think I got them all. Yeah, I will say on that one, when you look at the old one, the interesting thing about the old one is, so neither one gets her face exactly right. But to be fair, like, it's really hard to explain to the AI. So her face on this is supposed to be a mask of sorts. But the question is it a robot underneath or human underneath? Nobody knows. But the face looks like circuitry and stuff like that. But there's black eye holes there in City of Heroes, which would indicate that it's some sort of mask, right? But the thing is, like, her hair in this game, at least in my head canon, is not real hair. It is basically a helmet that looks like a bowl cut type of hair, right? But this, to me, in my head canon, is all metal. So this picture of her represents this pretty decently. The hair is kind of all straight. It could be metal, could be real, who knows. But the face looks a little too fleshy, right? It doesn't look like a mask, but it looks like a robotic-y, cybernetic face. It's close enough. No, not most people will notice. This one over here, it does look a little bit more like a mask, this time with glowing eyes. So it looks like a metallic-y mask that could be on or could be her real face. It's hard to say. But the hair looks too flowing. It doesn't look like a helmet that happens to be shaped like hair. It's like real hair. So, I don't think I'm 100% happy with either picture. But, I will say the second one's more action-packed. This one is probably a little hotter. Not going to lie. That one's probably a little bit hotter. But, yeah. All right. Well, let's go beat something up, I suppose. We talked about artwork long enough. Was somebody asking about how I did this or whatever have you? Yeah. The there's so some of these characters I have come from my comic books. Some of them are based off of like DC Marvel comics. But, some of them are just like, hey, this is a concept that came with City Heroes. I built this character, and then the story kind of writes itself. I always think like the look of a character should kind of tell the story. And being this is a villain character and whatnot, I think there is something to be said for the fact that she is covered all in metal. She's wearing a mask. She's wearing a helmet. Is this some sort of cyborg? Or is it an android? Or is it a human who's like some sort of, mutant or something like that that just wears the facade to make you think, that she's something else? So I think there's like that. It's got a lot of story potential to it and whatnot. Yeah, I thought somebody might have been asking about that, but I don't know if they're still around or not. In the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and just do a little last mission here or two with Sirocco, since somebody said they hadn't seen Sirocco in a while. Yeah, it won't let me call her Sirocco, which is her name, because I think it's a little bit too close to Scirocco. So I had to put an A on the end. Costume could definitely cause a moment of reflection. Right? Yep, no doubt, no doubt. Gemini. That is Beastron Tammy, which is appropriate for her because, at least in my headcanon, in the comic books, she was basically worked on with animal DNA, so that's why she has animal-like qualities, but also makes it very hard for her to really be accepted in regular society. The AI app that I use for the art is Gemini. And I've got a video showing that in the new player video section, so you can always check that out. You can. I really do like the propaganda here, the Lord Recluse propaganda. Is just classic stuff as you're listening to Atlas B. I'm like looking for a mission here. Port Oaks? Why in the hell was it in Port Oaks? Why would you send me all the way to Port Oaks for a level 42 mission? That makes no sense. What do I have this set at? -1 times 3. Alright, an easy mission then. Vampires and werewolves, oh my. Oh, There's one right over there. Come back here. I ain't done slashing you up yet. Hello, bad guy. Oh, you guys are cute. Coming up from behind me like that. Well, this is a little tough lieutenant here. Might be resistant to slashing, I guess, with all of his armor. Ugh. How many of y'all like playing your savage brutes? Hello, bad guys. Hmm. 158% damage bonus. Sounds like so much. Any of y'all do anything fun and exciting this weekend? Any fun, exciting plans for anybody? I think she just jumped in and laid them all out. Gosh, that's just rough for them. Oh, you missed out on the party earlier, boy. Pathfinders gaming tomorrow? Nice. Watching movies with the wife? There you go. Get her to play City of Heroes with you. Remember, a family that slays together stays together. Oh, I hate this room. I'm listening for any glowies, because I think they make a glowy sound when you're around these nodes. But interestingly enough, I'm not seeing any glowies. I'm not hearing any glowies. Tried and failed hard. D&D night just happened for you? Oh. So none of y'all are playing some mini fun video games, huh? I was thinking of playing Monster Hunter Wilds tomorrow. Maybe Dragon Quest Builders 2. Survival games can sometimes do pretty decently on streams. I don't know if Dragon Quest Builders 2 really qualifies for that, though. But it's a crafting game, sort of a building game. Super cute. Just occurred to me that's the way out of the dungeon. Aha, I do hear the glowy there. Oh, that was rough for all the wrong reasons. I've been doing some Baldur's Gate 3, huh? Well, you get her in a Baldur's Gate 3. I know a lot of couples play Baldur's Gate 3. Deal with normal. Oh, gosh. Well, I was worried I was going to have to go and find that boss in that room, but turns out that Muhammad will come to the mountain for you if you just wait a hot second. Just ask and it should be given to you. Alright, you guys can come over here and just stop attacking me from a distance because that's just rude. Get a little bit closer. Now let me just get y'all nice and neat all around me here. Now playing, my focus has been crap on that lately. Oh, is there a reason for that? You think, Spiff? What's a grok powered solo RPG like in old school text adventure? Oh, I don't know. How's the kitty cat doing? Which kitty cat? The one in the game or the one in the room here with me? Impression? Yeah, I can relate, Spiff. I've been going through some stuff, and you know, I just try to sometimes just force myself when I don't feel like it to sit down and just play an old comforting, you know, game that I like, you know, so that you know, I'll get my mind out of the depression, you know, and just get myself into like a different state of mind, you know, like when times were happier when I played this game, that game, you know, I try to think about like those times, you know, and stuff. Oh, using grok as your DM. Yeah, I've heard some people having fun with that grok stuff, or you know, yeah, that sort of stuff sounds interesting. Sounds interesting. I'm sneaking another game on you guys real quick. I'll do one more mission. This time a hunt, a monster hunt. Oh, I'm sure it does. I'm sure it does take a bit to get working. Monster Hunter games. I love Monster Hunter games because they can be soloed. Like, they're group games, but they can be soloed really well. And I was telling y'all before, like, with Aftershock, she has this kind of look with that hair and everything. But here you actually see the hair move with the character movement. I love that. You can see all the long flowing robes. The tassels off the weapons. The level of detail is really cool. Even though I don't know what's going on with that one tassel. It just keeps spinning, but there it goes. But I love motion on a character. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love that weight. I love that motion in the hair and the clothing and stuff. Yeah.
Oh, there's a quest that's only available right now. Not forgetting anything?
What are you doing down there, cat? Cat's being a troublemaker down there. Do I have a good... Oh, a 3. Ugh. Really? A 1? Oof. That's a 5. I guess that's why I'm using that, because it's a 5. Yeah, so there's all kinds of different outfits. Keep your eyes on inventory. And XP and correcting it. Yeah, that's the thing with AI. You really do have to watch out and make changes. Oops. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. That's the problem with writing stories too, Master Finn. Is the longer the story gets, the more mistakes AI makes with it. It's yeah. It's a little messed up. Yeah, Spiff, it's tough, man. It's tough. Like, I almost didn't stream tonight. I usually stream Fridays and Mondays, and I really wasn't, really feeling it, but yeah, but I was like, let me get in there and play the game, and I do feel better when I'm playing it. It takes my mind off of stuff. Talking with you guys takes my mind off of stuff. It's all pretty helpful. Take my mind off of stuff. So... Go out and kill a monster. Look, I fell all that way and didn't take any damage, unlike certain City of Heroes games. One of the nice things about this game compared to City Heroes is you're never playing Where's the Monster. Hunt the Guardian Doshaguma. Well, he's over there. Doshaguma's over there. In fact, you can just ride this little guy right here, and he'll take you right to the monster. Now, back in the older monster games, you had to find little buggers, and they weren't too hard to find. It was just a...
Monster ahead. Better stay quiet.
little big, bad, ugly monster. Hope you don't mind if I carve you up. This is Monster Hunter. Monster Hunter Wilds. Ouch, 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 ouch. It hurts, Mommy. It hurts. Ooh, that was a perfect guard right there. Whoa, whoa, and that was an imperfect guard.
Leave this to me. Heels inbound.
Very action-packed monster slaying action here. I tried not to be where its claws are going to be, but, you know, his claws go kind of fast. Oh, oh, that hurt. Now, for how intelligent it is with, you know, the AI and how much fun it can, it always amazes me some of the stuff it really screws up on. Watch this. I love this move right here. Boom, 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 boom. I love that. That never gets old. Gonna just run around here and drink a healing potion. Don't mind me. And then jump off your mount and go right back into the action. It's really good adrenaline stuff. Yeah. Oh, see, he's wounded right there on his legs. If you zone in on that, you can do this. Bam. Yeah, but it never surprises me how easy AI loses track of some basic things, and then you have to like correct it or watch for it and whatever. Like, all the time. I've had to, like, screw up on such basic stuff. And as I say, it's like a secretary. It's nice because it's like having my own personal secretary, but it's one that I'm constantly checking the work on. It's like a secretary who's definitely not going to get a great review, but doesn't do bad enough to fire her. Especially when she's mostly free anyways. It's kind of like complaining about free help. Could just sharpen my weapon while I'm riding my monster here. I'm gonna use a sword and shield now. Just grab some stuff while I'm riding around. Now, the one thing I don't care about the art direction in this game is that a lot of the environments are all monochrome, like this one here. It's all blue.
Down and ready for ya.
Ah! Stop roaring! Come here into the trap. Yeah, you know you like that trap. Oh! Ooh! Ooh! I felt that one in the teeth. Have you played another Monster Hunter? I've always loved the Monster Hunter, but I've always had issue getting into them. I have been playing them for a long time. So back in the old days, my friends really liked to play Monster Hunter 4 when it came out. And I tried it, and I couldn't get into it. I couldn't see the point. I couldn't see the draw. Like, why are people getting into this game? What was the big deal? It seemed so hard to get through, too. Like, it just didn't explain itself very well, and it really doesn't. And that was me putting up the shield right there. So, man, yeah. Anyways, so then they announced Monster Hunter World. And they announced it like a long before it came out, like a year or two before it came out. And I'm like, man, there must be something really to this Monster Hunter. They're making one for the PlayStation 3 or 4, whatever it was. And it's going to be gorgeous. It's going to be, you know, the new generation. I've got to figure this out. So I got I got my DS back, and I played Monster Hunter 4 some more. And I watched videos by Pro Jared. Pro Jared has this wonderful series of Monster Hunter videos. And he says, this is me. And he shows this picture of this hunter that has all of this great armor and weapons and is glowing. And this is you. And it looks like somebody who's just wearing leather armor. This is me. And it shows him slaying a monster. This is you. And it shows some poor newbie hunter falling off a cliff. You want to be like me, and I'm going to help you do it. Just follow my videos. It was just so funny. And I'm like, yes, that's exactly it. Show me what this is all about. And that's exactly what his videos did. And I watched them slowly, like how to play the short sword, how to play the long sword, you know, da-da-da-da-da. And honestly, it's like, it's a great motivation, reason why I do, like, City of Heroes how-to videos, right? It's giving back to the community that's given so much to me. He showed me the way in how to solo through Monster Hunter 4. So, you know, I did really decently well with Monster Hunter 4, and then Monster Hunter World came out, and at the time I was working at a website that did reviews. And I can't remember if they got me a review copy, if I paid for it, but I reviewed the game for the website. I reviewed Iceborne, Monster Hunter Rise, and Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak. So I've played the games, I've beaten them, and this is, again, coming from a guy, I can't get past the second boss in Dark Souls games mostly. Like, I suck at Dark Souls. But I can get through these games because you can out-RPG them, and they tend to be more forgiving than Dark Souls. Plus, you can carry lots of healing potions. And stuff. And you'll see me, like, if you see me get into a tough spot, I'll call for the mount here, get on the mount and heal up. But yeah, I did have a hard time getting into them at first, and now I'm a fan. I play them. Monster Hunter Wilds was a bit disappointing when it came out. It had performance issues. Particularly blew up my old computer. There's a long story behind that one. I can't completely blame it on Wilds, but it was one of the reasons why I ended up having to buy a new computer. Not in a good way. You shouldn't have to buy a new computer for this game. It is better optimized now, and is working better now. As you can see here, I'm able to actually not only play it, but stream it at 90 frames a sec. Well, I'm playing it at 90 frames. It's probably streaming at 30 or 60, depending on what YouTube lets me do. But I'm able to keep playing it at, you know, above a solid 60 while I'm streaming. That's how much better optimized it was. Because in the past, I was struggling to get, you know, at times, 40, 50 frames out of it without streaming. And with streaming, it was just not playable, really. So they have finally fixed it. They should have had it right to begin with. So it did tarnish the name. But it is now a much smoother experience. And it plays great and it looks great. I mean, you can see the movement on the monsters is so realistic. The movement on the character, the physics, just flows so well.
The monster's debilitated. Something came off the monster.
Boom. Let me get that right there. As you can see, I'm just having my way with this little guy here while he reels from all the pain I'm inflicting on him. Oh, almost got that big stab in. And now he's got a wound on his butt there that just opened up. Right there. So if I can do the special wounding stab on it, I'll jump on there and rip him a new one right there like that. Strategy number 13, stay in his behind. His dangerous parts are in the front. Like his mouth and his teeth and his big front claws. I mean, granted he's got back claws, but he's got to stand on those back feet, so you know. What's my favorite weapon? Insect Glaive. Insect Glaive. I'm using dual blades and sword and shield here. Sword and shield's really a great beginner weapon, and actually I'm using the sword and shield at the moment. It's just an easy to combo weapon. You got a shield in there for emergencies. It's not going to block a ton, but it'll block a lot more than, you know, eating the hit with your face. And but Insect Glaive is my fun. I love flying around doing the aerial moves. I love spinning stabs. That's why I play the Staff Stalker on City of Heroes. I just love, you know, the movement of it. I need to build one in Monster Hunter Wilds because I play Insect Glaive so much in the other games. I tried to not do it right away in this game. It's the only reason I'm not doing it. It's more to get me out of my comfort zone than anything else. Let me switch back to dual blades here. I'm just trying to find out. He's really upset right now. When the monster gets enraged, their offensiveness just goes up by like a factor of 3. So you have to be kind of careful and pick your spot, or you'll just get creamed. The thing is that, you know, the monsters all have a dance. They move with logic, motion, physics, and everything else. It isn't like a lot of games where an enemy will just do an attack out of the blue and there's no way you could see it coming. I often, you know, you remember the old Pac-Man game, and when Pac-Man would take a 90-degree turn, he would just instantly be facing north all of a sudden, or south all of a sudden, whatever. In Monster Hunter modern games, you expect there to be motion and weight and momentum, and they get that down so well with Monster Hunter games. They have since the beginning. Like, you can go back to the old games, and their motions are pretty well done, and there's motion value and momentum and stuff. So you can see the attacks coming. When you get hit, you know, it's usually your fault. Sometimes because you overcommitted. That's another thing about, especially the older Monster Hunter games. But even in the new ones, you can overcommit to a combo, and you can't get out of the way because you're in the middle of a combo. Yeah! And my Palico saved my butt there. That's what happens when you play and... Whoops. You play and you talk at the same time. Sometimes you get a little sloppy, but that's okay. You can die up to... Whoa, that was a perfect dodge right there. You can die up to 3 times, or 2 times, well, whatever. The 3rd time will knock you out, but if he knocks me out, it's not a big deal. In other words, you just lose a little bit of reward. But I am not an expert player. Like, if you see the expert players, they will go through these monsters in half the time that I do. Sometimes less than half the time that I do. And there was another perfect dodge. That was an imperfect dodge. I do like it when Palico heals me, I'm not gonna lie. You know the reason why this game's more forgiving than Dark Souls, healing. Is he limping? See how he's limping there? See his back foot there? He's limping. So that means I could capture him or I could finish him off. So if I want to capture him, I'll put down a trap. Lure him into the trap and then tranquilize him. Come on, buddy. Over here, buddy. Come on. Come on. There you go. That's a good boy. There we go. Monster captured.
That's my partner.
Is weapon switching new to Wilds? Yeah, yes. Well, the ability to switch right in the middle of a fight like that. Monster Hunter World allowed you to go back to your camp. World and Rise, I believe, let you go back to your camp and switch your weapon out. At least Rise does. I'm 80% sure World does as well. But maybe not 100% sure on that. I know World would let you go back and get more healing items and stuff. I'm not 100% sure about equipment. But I want to say 80% yes. Rise would definitely let you switch out your weapons and stuff and what have you in camp, even if you're in the middle of a hunt. And then now with Monster Hunter Wilds, you can take 2 weapons at a time and switch them out in your travel chocobo there. Your chocobo lets you swap them out. Yeah. But sometimes so this is the thing I'm not a big fan of, and it's cleaned up a bit from before, but again, remember I was telling about the monochrome look of the backgrounds. This is all brown. The last place was all blue. Why? It looks so... It doesn't look fantastical. You know, I prefer my games look fantastical. This looks like the Nevada desert, which I don't go to vacation in the Nevada desert. It's not pretty. And it kind of even washes out the colors here in town. All these colors are kind of toned down because they're sand. And even in, you know, the further you get, the worse it gets. But there are prettier places in the game, thankfully. But they made too many places monochrome for my taste. But the gameplay is as good as ever. But to me, Monster Hunter Rise and Monster Hunter World have a more appealing color palette. Let's see here. I'm trying to remember who does the armor and weapons around here. Pop-up camp. You're not the blacksmith. Where's the blacksmith here? Squad information counter. I am drawing a big blank on... That's the support shop. That is somebody else. Do I have to go to another town to find a blacksmith? Is that the deal? Maybe I do. So, whatever. I will go to another town. But yeah, if you guys ever want to see Monster Hunter World, Monster Hunter Rise, I usually keep them installed on my computer. I love playing them all. I have over 400 hours in Monster Hunter Rise on my Switch, not on Steam. I got like another 100 hours or so on Steam. I played it again on Steam because I could. Now this area here is nice and pretty as long as it's not raining. When it rains, it gets all monochrome. But for the most part, like, this is beautiful. This is like Monster Hunter World beautiful. So I really like the way this looks. Sadly, no blacksmith here. Trying to remember where they put the blacksmith. So one of the appeals of the game is you go out there, you hunt monsters like you just saw me hunt. You get pieces from the monster, and then you turn them into armor and weapons. You wear your prey. That's what makes it awesome.
I heard about Soshi.
I'm sorry. It may come as cold comfort, but I believe he left an important
And what is that?
We may have discovered an issue regarding the fibers you use. It's just a theory, but its guardian deterring traits may have the opposite effect on their...
Wait, you don't think?
I believe it's possible, especially as a...
Then the threat we ought to be what? Thank you for bringing this to my attention. There's little we can offer, save the materials we gathered.
We'd welcome the help, but please,
Yes, we just finished laying his grave.
Oh, I'm glad I did that side mission that I totally don't remember doing. Do you guys have a blacksmith here? That's really all I care about here. Where in the beep is the blacksmith? Okay, have fun, Master Finn. Thank you for hanging out.
But the note says, wanna drop a line? I have a request for you. Why don't we go pair with this?
Uh-huh. You figure something called the Everforge would have a blacksmith. She likes to trade stuff.
Safe travels.
Not a blacksmith. Why is it so hard to find a blacksmith in this game? Trade items, pit elevator, material retriever. Oh, it's probably down over here where all these icons are at. Yeah, maybe that's it. I don't like maps that rotate around with my... Wait, am I facing the north or the south? I'm facing the south. Let's try that. Weird map.
We're on the case.
You know what? I don't want to talk to you. I definitely don't want to talk to Nada. This big smelting thing right here. Will you guys forge me a weapon? Smelt armor spheres. Oh. Well, that's cute. That's not what I was looking for.
Come anytime you need something.
Ah. Well, I will let you guys run for the night. I think it's getting late. But thanks for hanging out with me today, guys. I hope you have a good one. Take care. May God bless you.